Not yet. I need to talk about a couple games.
Wait. It's summer.
It's a new season.
Guys, welcome to fucking the summer shenanigans, baby. We're going JJK. We're going fucking Zom 100. And then we're going with the other one, Bleach.
I thought it was funny. I thought that was funny because he was like, "There's no way he would have said Zom before Bleach unless he forgot Bleach." You know,
yeah, I did. I did forget Bleach.
Like he loves Bleach so much.
Yeah, I did. I forgot it because this episode fucking ripped butthole.
None of them are bad. They're all amazing. They're
not bad.
You just think one of them's boring.
Yeah, Bleach was really boring.
I think
I've read it. That's the only thing. It's not boring if you haven't read it. You need this story to go. No, that's not boring. It's needed. Everything that happened is exactly needed. I just can't wait. Now we're here, baby.
It's very similar to the first episode of the last 12 episodes. It's just a very cinematic start before it's kicking off.
Yeah,
that's all it felt like to me.
Yeah,
a lot of big angles, a lot of special effects.
Yeah, there were
a lot of like really far out like city shots or like landscape shots. Really beautiful.
Yeah,
there's that thing that Ichigo goes to.
Dude's getting cut in half.
That's true. That dude does get cut in half. That was pretty weird.
Okay, talk about your video games.
The video games. Yeah, so I started playing Elden Ring again.
Luke's done playing video games.
I'm back in the Elden Ring a bit. We'll see what I do. I went and got the grafted greatsword from Castle Morn, and that's just what I've been jumping around with and swinging around and killing guys. But then, do you know those like little lion things in that castle? And they have like these giant cleavers.
Yeah.
I got one of those too, and it's really fun to smash guys with.
Nice.
It's just like chop, 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 because it's like an axe basically.
Okay.
But it's
is it
cool.
It's like the big ones, right?
It's bigger. It looks like a sword. Ones. It's like a sword. Like if I had it as a sword, it'd be like this big, but like this far out. You know.
Got it.
And it's curved.
Yeah, I
so
do
it's
that.
a big boy. So I'm having a good time with that. I just finished getting the platinum for Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion, which is a dumb name, and I hate it.
Was it also a dumb game?
No, the game was excellent.
So real quick, can you help me understand why there's fucking 200 versions of Final Fantasy VII?
Yeah, I can. Because there's only 2 versions of Final Fantasy VII.
That's not true.
But
that's not true.
That's very true. There is a PS1 version, and there is part of a PS5 version. Crisis Core is a prequel to the story. Dirge of Cerberus is a side story with one of the characters. Ever Crisis, I think it's an MMO thing. Or not, sorry.
It's said multiple games.
Ever Crisis. Those are all, but they're all not the same story.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. They're calling it the same. They're just like, guys, remember Final Fantasy VII? Remember how good it was? Remember that it was like pretty much the main game that was really good that you guys really liked?
Yes.
We're doing more with that. That's it.
It's called a sequel. That's literally Red Dead Redemption 2. There you go. That's the same.
But they're not calling it 2. They're just calling it Final Fantasy VII Evolution, Final Fantasy VII The Dark Path of Phasmagoon.
I mean, they're different names. But they're sequels.
They're not sequels.
They're additional
they're
stories.
all about the same story. They're additional stories.
But they're not the same story.
They're not sequels.
They're like different characters doing different missions. It's like Crisis Core is a different main character. It's a different bad guy. It's before the events of the first game. Like it's not. There's nothing. It's not different. It's a different game. It's not the same.
I just
game.
don't get it. I don't understand the naming structure.
I mean, that's okay. There you go. Neither do I. I think Crisis Core's a dumb name, and I think Reunion's stupid. Even though that's just to say Reunion was just because it's a remake of it, or the remaster of it. That's all that stands for. So that's that is where I would stand too, Joel.
Yeah.
However, these are different games that are wholly unique on their own with some connected universe stuff, basically. That's
Prove
what it is. So Crisis Core is a hack and slash game completely. And it was a hack and slash game when it came out on PSP in the 2000s.
PSP.
And it got remastered to PS5 and current consoles. So I picked it up for the first time ever. I definitely cried at the end. It is a very sad game, and the story is very well told.
Nice.
Mostly well told. It is a PSP game that's been remastered onto PS5, so it still has some of those animations
glitches
and trappings. Well, yeah, I mean it's not a remake. It's just like We retextured most of this. A lot of these are new models, but it's the same animation sets, and all that's not
What do you
entirely
think
true.
they spent the most time on?
For this one?
Attention-wise. Oh!
This almost borders a remake, and them calling it a
Okay.
remaster is very humble of them.
Wow.
Because there is new mechanics in this game. It moves better on the sticks, controls wise. There's additional combos. There's a whole new mechanic with the Buster Sword now that as you fight enemies and do certain moves, you increase your proficiency with it percentage wise. Most of the time, it's by 0.02%.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very slow, by the
Yeah.
way. And when you max it out, you can actually break the highest damage limit, which is 100,000. So, oh, dude.
It's over
Dude,
100,000.
So the entire game, I spent like, I don't know, just hack and slash and doing like, okay, 200, 400, 300, 400, 300. Bosses would have like 10,000 health, 20,000 health, 30,000 health. Maybe the high, probably like the 2/3, they were getting like the 80s to the 120s, and 140s. But before I had finished the game, I was one-shotting most bosses because there's a big part of this game called missions. It's just called missions, quote unquote, and they're basically just like side quests, but they're bite-sized. Like you load it, instantly loads in because you're on PS5, right? So it takes a second to get in. You have maybe a minute of gameplay of just running through guys, cutting them up, and fighting a boss at the end, and then you're out. And there's 300 of them. Takes you maybe a minute and a half to 2 minutes to get through one. So there's a lot of those.
Okay.
But they're hard because you're supposed to be doing these probably the further into the game. Once you played on your first 8 or 9 chapters, and at the end of it, you'd probably do a lot of these. I was just doing them as they became available, and I was losing all the time because they were so hard. But then I was like, I can figure this out. I can figure this out. And then by the time I got to the end of the game, I one-shot Sephiroth, which wasn't the last boss, was just a boss, I think, on chapter 8 out of 10. I one-shot Sephiroth, which felt great. I then one-shot every boss after him until I got to the last 2 bosses.
That's what's up.
Yeah. If you're going to play that game, don't do the missions. Just play the story first.
Well, some people like that. I love that in games. There is a time, because sometimes the challenge to get so OP is the ride I want, and then I love just fucking up the whole game.
Yeah.
Like, I do enjoy that. That is kind of my play style.
I had maxed out most of my attributes. I was doing 10,000, or I was doing 9,999 a hit. I had 9,999 health, all that stuff. I maxed out my stats, and then I got something called, hey, this breaks the damage limit, and this breaks your health limit. So then about an hour later, I had 100,000 health, and I was doing 100,000 damage a hit.
Nice.
And not like a regular slash, but like when I did like a power hit or like I did a special move. So like I changed the last boss to hard mode just to see how much harder it was, and I still walked through it, dude. I didn't get hit in the last boss, so it's like but it's really cool because like it is a highly customizable experience. Like you can be a full magic, you can be a dragoon. Like you kind of class create based on like 4 different accessories and 6 different spells you're gonna equip at the same time, and it really does create like a lot of cool experiences. You can be very fun with your classes in this. So I loved the game, had a great time. 9 out of 10. Yeah, some combat is not up to snuff with some things. There's some shitty enemies in that game, but great game. I then went to Elden Ring for a bit, and that's basically all I should talk about. But I did bawl my eyes out at the end of that game, which I think everyone is expected based on the ending. But it's a very, very heartbreaking and touching ending at the same time.
Hell yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
I want to play it, kind of.
Yeah, I think you can finish the story in like 10 hours. Probably faster than that, honestly. Yeah, it's probably the shortest font. It's as long as you want it to be.
Yeah, because you can just do everything.
You can just do missions. You can just take your time doing missions forever.
Did you complete every mission?
I did. Yeah. The super boss took me a little bit, but yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that was the hardest part of the game was the super boss. But even that was like.
Was it just every boss in the entire game, just as one boss?
No, it's the goddess. Actually, it's a Minerva is her name, which is
Minerva, the one in Final Fantasy X.
No, Professor McGonagall. Wait, what? Minerva's in 10?
I thought she was an entity in 10. The water lady.
What? The water lady?
Yuna?
Yeah. Yuna?
Oh no, that game fucking sucks.
Okay, hold on. Minerva she's like a
Minerva,
goddess.
I don't even know her.
She has 10 million health.
Was that good?
Minerva, I don't even know her. She has 10 million health, which means I had to do 100,000 damage 100 times. Or how many times? 100,000, 100, right?
100,000 times.
No, because 10, 100 would be 1 million, right? Yeah. So 10, 100,000 would be 1 million. So I did 100 moves that did 100,000 damage really quickly. And I think I did die a few times, but every time you use a Phoenix down, you auto raise yourself when you die. So you just keep using them. And you can steal 100 from her. So you can basically always be reviving if you do die. So
Sweet, dude.
It's really stupid.
So
to be
it sounds
honest.
like an easy game, and
it's got its difficulty, but its difficulty is
anyone
learning.
who sucks at playing it just sucks at video games.
Its difficulty is learning the system and really implementing it, because there are some pretty touchy things. Anime, though, we should stop talking about video games. We should talk about anime, and let's talk about spring. Summer. Summer shenanigans.
It's like, let's talk about how shit it is compared to this.
So Bleach is on 100. Jujutsu Kaisen. Sorry, that's how that word gets.
Do we know what order we want?
That's what I was going to ask you. Like, you want to start? Pick whichever one you want to read the summary for and go.
Let's start with Zom.
Yeah.
And then let's end with Bleach.
Okay.
Actually, same with JJ, because I feel like well, should we end it with Bleach? Because I guess Bleach is going longer, right? Jujutsu Kaisen is going to be recaps after the first 5 episodes.
Yeah, so JJK has a weird schedule. It's 5 episodes, then 2 episodes of recaps, and then I think the rest of that is a full season.
Yeah, that is true. So we'll have 2 episodes where it'll probably just be 2. Or
we can talk about it for like 2 minutes a piece at their recaps, but yeah, we'll figure something else out. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll do Zom, JJK, Bleach, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Point of order, real quick, to our audience and our listeners. We're sorry there are no comments this season.
Yeah.
A big part of that is because Zom 100 and Bleach are not on Crunchyroll, and therefore they don't actually have a comment system on the platform they're on. So we're not just going to do one. We'll just kind of put it off this season. We'll bring it back next season if we feel like we are missed about, or if it's missed,
Yeah.
So,
most of those comments sucked ass anyway.
Yeah. Zom 100 though.
Zom 100.
You want me to read it? You want to read it?
I'll read it.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll read it, everyone. Everyone here, gather around. Let me tell you a little story.
Yeah, read the.
Let me tell you a little super cool story.
Read that first too.
Okay.
And then read the rest of it.
Akira Tendo is an overworked and broken man, but one day a sudden zombie pandemic flips his whole world upside down, resulting in a life-changing revolution. Unfortunately for our hero, this also means his crush is dead. Tendo resolves to write down and complete the list of 100 things to do before he dies in the apocalypse.
All right, I put these summaries together pretty quickly. They aren't the most detailed, but I want to be very clear. I was so thoroughly surprised by the quality of this anime that I...
Who's this studio, bro?
I don't know. I didn't look at who the studio
They're
was.
fucking... What?
All I saw was just some insane... So the shot that kind of like I double took the most of was them animating after he sees zombie girl and runs out. It's the shot of the camera pulling out of the apartment and turning... And the cameras in the apartment and camera, like, it's all 3D, but it's still animating him hand-drawn running through the hallway.
Yeah.
And it just looks so good.
It looks insane.
It's just,
I was like, dude, this is it. Like, this is what I want. Like, you can do those 3D movements, but then when you're drawing it in the 2D, it's like this weird, clean, like, yeah.
I was, like, for sure, like, there's obviously a bunch of, like, bad corporate environment. We can get, like, bad big business owners if we want to, but, that's up to you if you really want to go dish on businesses. But like, he had a really shitty job for sure.
Right.
And his company totally took advantage of him. And it's really shitty. And so the weird thing the really cool thing about this episode is that they turn the normalcy and tedium and overworkedness of like that white collar job that he had and basically tell you, hey, that's hell. And then they show you hell, which is a zombie apocalypse. And they go, hey, this is freedom.
Yeah.
And like, that's a weird dichotomy in the show because like in the end, when he finally sees the girl as a zombie, which is the
Mhm.
last thing he was clinging on to from work,
Yeah.
right? That was his last thing about work that he was clinging on to. Like he was still thinking about work because of her, but now that she's dead, as soon as it happens, he starts running away and sees the color.
Yeah.
Dude,
So cool.
so cool, man.
It's so again. So I have not read a lot of this. I've only read, I want to say, the first two. Like I probably will see. I have read 2 to 3 episodes max of this anime, and I never thought in my life that they would do it with this kind of art direction, because it changes kind of the way that I read it.
Yeah.
And because again, it was more like a funny story, which this will totally be. I think is more like kind of goofy and whatnot. But then the heart of just the color, like his world was so dark. His eyes are just dead, right? They're like, it's just like nothing. He's like a husk of himself. And then
Yeah.
as he's running and the colors are going in his eyes, and he lays down and he's just like, his eyes are bright again. And I'm just like, God damn it. Like they're gonna, I don't know. I honestly have a feeling like this is gonna be a really beautiful and like emotional anime. I feel like in a weird zombie, because I hate zombie stuff, but this one to me is very exciting.
It wasn't written like comedy either. Like this is exceptionally brutal. Like it was very gory.
Oh yeah.
But in a way, it's kind of written like a slice of life.
Yeah.
Which is not.
It's like a slice of life in a hell of zombie apocalypse.
The only thing I can think to relate to it in that sense is a comedy called Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead. I was thinking Zombieland a little bit.
Zombieland's the same thing, huh? Yeah, in the same sense. Yeah, like these are like the things I could say that's like kind of like in that ballpark, but the tone that this is given off, I don't think I've seen Zombie Apocalypse do before.
Yeah, same.
Like it's very lighthearted and not lighthearted. It's very it's very dramatic, but like beautiful.
Yeah,
and trying to.
Well, it's cool that they're taking this.
Yeah,
it's again, like a lot of people's biggest fears in the world is having a zombie apocalypse happen, right?
Sure.
And so I do think like the overworked, the crazy, like the lives that we live. It's like every single day. I'm sure every single person who's ever is listening to this has at least at one point in their days, like, fuck, I don't want to go to work. Like, I don't want to go to work today. I wish I actually never had to go to work again. I hate doing this.
Yeah.
And so when, everything would crumble, and then you're like, this is insane and terrifying, but then there is that relief of like, I don't have to go to work today. It's going to be a new type of thing. Now, maybe in 10 years of surviving a zombie apocalypse, you go, fuck, I wish I could be in the office again.
Yeah.
So it's just, you always want what you can't have or whatever. So, but yeah, I do love the way that it did this, and yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, very beautiful, very cool.
And I wonder how many more characters there are in this world. There's got to be more.
There's more.
There's got to be more. But I wonder, is it another society? Is it another girl? Is it another dude? Is it a dog?
Is it everyone on the front cover that you're mentioning?
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a front fucking cover. What
I
are you talking about?
I don't look at that stuff, dude.
Oh.
I try to not look at that stuff because that stuff is so spoilery. Yeah.
You literally, the only reason I said that is because you literally said everyone who's on the cover.
Oh, my bad. I try to not look at that stuff.
That's crazy that you got it all spot on. You had no idea.
That's because
I don't know about the dog though. I bet maybe.
Or maybe it's a pet. I don't know. Maybe it's a pig.
Yeah.
I just I wonder how that's going to evolve relationally. Like, is this going to turn into a rom-com? Or like, sorry, not a rom-com, a drom-com. Drom-rom? Rom-drom?
Drom-com?
Dramatic comedy? I don't know.
Dramedy.
A dramatic romance, whatever. I don't know.
That's what it is.
Or is it going to be playful? Like, because it feels playful, and I'm really enjoying the playful vibe of it.
I honestly cannot tell you because I have not read enough to even remotely know. All I know is it goes, like, it's just a very insane, fun story that I think will have a lot of avenues it can go, and I don't know where it will go. So it can for sure do drum comedy. It can for sure just do the like fucking around, having a really blast, like good time, what they're doing. I think it's going to be kind of a blend of everything because they do have multiple characters that probably want different things, like in the show.
Yeah, probably.
So.
Yeah. It's first episode. First episodes are always hard to rate for me because like they're always supposed to be the best foot forward unless you do Chainsaw Man for some reason. But
yeah, for real.
But I really thought like I would probably feel fine giving this like, hey, a 10, go check it out. Like it's brutal, but go check it out. It's really interesting.
You
know,
give it a 10?
I give it 10, but
I
like,
give it a 10 too.
but at the same time, it's like it's an unearned 10 in one sense because it is just my first impression, and I'm super stoked.
Yeah, but we
Let's see
never
if it-
give 10s to the
But
first
let's see if it
ones.
sticks the landing. Oh, Bleach got a 10 for his
Well,
first
yeah, but
episode.
that's because you know.
Yeah.
You know Bleach. You
I
know
think
the
I-
story. You know where it's going.
think we
and you
gave-
liked it.
We didn't give Demon Slayer a 10
No,
for
we
its
did not.
first episode. That's because nothing freaking happened in it.
Well, it's also because
Yeah.
that show sucks. No,
No,
it's
it's
like,
not true.
just kidding.
Let's
Everyone's
move
like-
on to JJK, right? Oh, wait. Are we done? Oh, there's no comments, right? It's shorter.
Yeah, we're shorter.
That sucks.
Short Kings. Our episodes are Short Kings now.
Short King. Well, I'm tall. So-
JJK!
All right. Bleach. There's
Have
okay.
you ever seen a Bleach?
The last 9 days. Part 2 of season 1 of the 1,000-Year Blood War arc. Ichigo prepares to leave the
room.
Let's try again. Ichigo prepares to leave the royal palace to return to the Seirete, but is stopped by Hyosube, who claims that Ichigo cannot defeat Yuwatch as he is now. Meanwhile, that bitch Uryu joined Yuwatch and became his successor. He was chosen because he survived the attack that wiped out all the other Quincy. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's the Osvalen or whatever. But then the Quincy's invade Soul Society, and then there is they finally return to the 900 years until the king's mind is back. 90 years till he can move it. 9 years till he can think. And then 9 days until the world is his.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Man, dude.
Cool.
It's very cool. Honestly,
all set up.
I will say this is the coolest Bleach ever was.
Yeah,
it was in this moment. Was like in this last like arc because I love the Espada arc is still even with this my favorite, but I think that this arc is still like just the most badass.
Oh, I think if this arc is going to be animated the way it was so far last arc, this arc will definitely be the most badass. I mean, there's obviously nostalgia and classic like Bleach that's just going to be like, yeah, dude, like
But this is actually how I want Bleach.
Yeah.
It's fast.
Yes.
I want what I would
moves
love.
fast.
You know what would be the greatest thing in the world? Everyone keeps doing these remakes and remasters and stuff. Redo all of Bleach with these guys. Or do I guess the Witch one instead. If you want
Burn
to
the Witch.
Burn the Witch.
I mean, like,
But you're not gonna do Burn the Witch. Please, for the love of God, go back and just you cut out all the bullshit, no filler, and you can even cut out some of the other like bullshit that you guys did.
Yeah.
Just redo it because it would kill. It would honestly. There's no way that would not literally destroy the internet again. Everyone would be watching it again.
Depends who does it.
Well, no, I'm saying these people, whoever's doing what they're
But
doing
you also
now,
have
keep
to.
going.
You'd also have to buy out a block on something because you would have to release that thing.
You know for a fact it would go.
No one can afford that.
It
Dude, there's no anime studio that has that kind of
go
like the
hard.
studios like One Piece and like the ones that were doing Bleach. Like the weekly anime is not a thing anymore.
Hey, people who do anime, this is actually a real question, and maybe someone else can let me know. People do Kickstarters and fun things. Why don't famous artists do that with any books or pieces of anime? Because I would give each and every person like $100, and that's for me. You know,
No.
But let's say there's more. I'm one person. If I had thousands, I'd give you thousands. That's what I'm saying.
I think
you know what
these
I mean?
are
So if you had, let's say, I don't know, 60,000 100s. I know that's not a lot.
I mean, these
you
are all
know,
great. This would be great if it was
I
all
love
possible or like all like realistic, but we just don't know that kind of
I
stuff.
don't know. I don't know.
It's
All
like
I'm
that's a
saying
shot in the
is,
dark.
Think about it.
I would,
know all of you are
yeah.
listening.
I would love Bleach to be redone way more than Naruto and way more than
fuck it. I mean, I would like Naruto too, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I think out of the
Fuck
three,
Naruto.
Bleach is the one I would want to see the most redone
Easy.
because Bleach has like the worst filler out of the three, I think.
Well, it also, honestly, it's so fucking long. There's like so much pointless bullshit.
I'm
Sometimes.
fine with the length.
Like,
I just want like
shorten.
it's definitely got the worst animation out of the three.
Yeah.
Like it had the worst overall animation, I would say. Like there are very few fights in Bleach I think are actually beautiful, besides like the Ulquiorra and the Grimjaw fights and parts of the Aizen fight. But like a lot of the fights in Bleach really aren't the prettiest thing. They're just really
cool.
They're just really freaking sick,
fucking
dude.
Awesome.
Like even the Byakuya
They're
Ichigo
just
fight,
fucking rad, baby.
Like it's an awesome fight. It's
That
not
is
even the
what Bleach
prettiest
is,
fight.
huh?
Yeah, it's an
Bleach
awesome
is just
fight.
kind of cool.
Well,
like,
it's
isn't it? That's kind of just what this
is the rule of
anime
cool.
is, right? It is
Yeah.
that because it's literally just a high school kid himself and then becomes just like the greatest warrior in the world. Like what the fuck is this
We'll have
show?
to censor that later, but yeah. But he doesn't exit the game of life. What he does do is he says, "I will become a soul reaper," and that does kind of kick him out of his body for a second. But what is that? That one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
So
That's that weird thing. That's weird.
literally the fucking Bleach song, dog. That's
the Bleach
if that
song?
song ever pops in my ears, I just I'm like, oh, Bleach. Bleach is here.
Oh, you will.
Okay, that too.
That's
that
the Bleach song.
Did they bring that back at all in the other?
Yeah, that was the first episode. The very first episode when they're
It
fighting the
was.
rooftop.
You're
That's
right.
the song
You're
they
right.
put-
I was gonna
Dude,
say,
such
it's
a
like, yeah.
good. No, it doesn't matter. Such a good moment, dude.
Oh.
That's it for Bleach. I mean,
Okay, that's it for Bleach.
it's set up episode.
It was set up episode for guess what?
Going.
Now we're in the shit.
Battle.
Fighting.
We're stoked on the fights now because now is going to be just
Oh wait.
awesome.
Isn't it Ihara? He got healed now.
Who?
Her the brother.
Who? Oh, Byakuya.
Byakuya.
Byakuya was Urahara. You mean the scientist dude with the green hat? Not the scientist dude. Sorry, the researcher. He was the one that
Goku.
Society. He's the shop owner. I got all these things wrong. I'm terrible at Bleach. Yes. We're good though. No comments. How do you feel about it?
I can't wait for it. I mean, I also do love that we get a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday anime. That's just beautiful because I get to watch one a day and it doesn't feel like I have to catch up or it's a lot. So that's awesome. Yeah, I can't remember where I was going with that. I love Bleach.
Score.
10.
10. Okay.
No.
You didn't like the animation. I was going to say. I like the animation
9.
this time. You didn't like it.
9.
I would give this a 9 also, but because it really there wasn't much happening in this one. There really wasn't.
2.
Okay. It really was all set up to get us to like a very cinematic, very beautiful, but like really in the end, all we got was
7.
Was okay.
6.
All right. Let's move on
5,
to
4, 3, 2. Fuck you. Jujutsu Kaisen. The Jujutsu Sorcerers. Oh wait, I need to tell you what it's called. It's called Hidden Inventory.
And this is the Hidden Inventory arc.
This is the Hidden Inventory arc, as my co-host just said. The Jujutsu Sorcerers.
The Jujutsu Sorcerers.
Sorcerers. Oh God.
Utahime Yori.
And Mei. What? What? Is that right?
And it's totally right. It's just so much easier to say than Utahime Yori.
Yeah, because Mei, it is to my English brain that
no, you were right. Yeah.
Are dispatched to an ominous manor where several people have gone missing. They infiltrate the manor and attempt to destroy the cursed spear's barrier, but suddenly the building starts to crumble. That's really weird. That's all that they said in
I know.
one.
It's like, okay, so
It's so stupid. You just
it's
said about
also
having
like
the
not
first-
even that important, like in the grand scheme of the
No.
episode. So
In the end, Gojo and Geto show up and they're younger. Whoa, super hot. That's right. I love their bodies. Oh my God, look at those pecs. I want to suck them. This is a flashback.
okay, now break
Enter Star Plasma Vessel.
breaking the summary.
Gojo, Geto, and Rico are to help Master Tengen with his replacement, but there are other pursuers to ruin the day.
I went to say separate those two things because like they sound like I guess the way I wrote that made it sound like it was like right after each other. Geto and Gojo show up and save and move on. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But
what about the power by their bodies?
But the Star Plasma Vessel is kind of the main thing for this arc. So that's the thing.
The Star Vessel. Why don't you explain to us what that is?
Star Plasma Vessel.
Yeah. What is that? What does that mean? What the fuck does that mean?
So it hurts.
Jujutsu Kaisen,
We
what
need
the
to
fuck are you
we need to
talking
understand who Master Tengen is first for this. So Master Tengen is a character that's kind of referenced a couple times in the first season, or maybe even once, and then obviously now referenced here.
Couple times.
He is kind of like the god of all sorcerers, but he's not like a nuclear bomb that. Well, I guess he actually might be technically, but he's basically lives in hiding, and he has a very specific power. But what he does do is basically enhance all jujutsu sorcery for all the sorcerers, and barriers in the world of Tokyo, or land of Tokyo. Sorry, the nation of Tokyo. Can't even talk right now. And so, like, he's very important to the existence of sorcerers. His ability lets him live forever. However, his body won't last forever. So he needs a replacement to keep doing this. It seems kind of messed up. Kind of is messed up, but this is the way that Jujutsu sorcerers are able to protect the rest of the world. This is that way.
This is the way.
So the girl that they found to get to Master Tengen to make him live longer, that is the star plasma vessel. And I haven't gone over what that actually means. And I'll be honest, having even read the manga, I can't remember why they call it that. It's a very complex manga. But that, like, the girl, she is the vessel that is compatible for, it can't be just anyone. It has to be a certain person compatible for Tengen to take over.
Who's Tengen? No, I'm
Tengen
just kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, we'll get introduced to him soon, hopefully.
Yeah, dude. So, this episode was sick. It was fun. I love seeing everyone back.
Yep.
Also, it's really cool to see Gojo as being a sexy motherfucking dude.
Dude, he's such a unit. Ghetto's on point too, though.
Ghetto is on point. Honestly, Ghetto's probably hotter. I'll be thinking.
Ghetto's so
honestly.
sick.
Sucks about him.
It sucks about him.
Sucks that he's on the other side of what we want.
So, like, most of this episode is kind of just because this is a flashback, we are reintroduced basically to everyone in a little bit more time than you probably want to spend on them. But
is that one chick her mom?
What chick?
So the
Nobara's
girl,
mom?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea.
They made her look just like her. And
I don't believe
I'm like, did I miss something in the manga?
Yeah, I don't believe it's her mom. But I also think Nobara's mom is from like a different part of Japan.
Yeah.
Because she was from the country, I think.
Okay.
Like northern Japan.
Couldn't her mom just been like, fuck ghost hunting, I'm gonna
yeah, maybe.
Something else.
Maybe, I don't know. So a lot of this episode spent like reintroducing characters because like they look a little different.
They play basketball.
That's
the meme is cool.
Dude, the
Gojo. Fucking animation. What the fuck are you guys doing?
Mappa. So while Mappa was doing just like okay on
Hell's Paradise,
yeah,
which makes sense.
They were
honestly totally okay. Smart move.
They were doing insane work on the real moneymaker, which is this.
Yeah.
So
legitimately a smart move because the pacing sucked on Hell's Paradise.
Yeah, the pacing was whack. Yeah. So the real thing is that there's people trying to get a star plasma vessel to ruin this because some people are fanatics that want to see the world end or to see Jujutsu sorcerers fail.
Yeah, and then there's ones that like worship, but they want to like worship Tengen, but they want to worship like his true body or whatever. So that's also why they want her dead. So there's two groups that are going after it.
So the episode ends. There's two things that happen. First thing is that someone attacks the girl, and so Gojo and Geto are there to defend her. That fight doesn't happen. That's why that fight. And it doesn't start, begins. Right? Yeah. And the other thing is we're introduced to another character who's, I don't think he gives us the real name, but he does say what name he discarded.
Yeah, what did he
discarded? I think he discarded Fushiguro, which is the last name of Megumi, our Shadow's boy. So
Shadow Legend boy.
Yep. I love this episode.
When are they coming?
Wait, who?
I'm kidding.
Shadow Legend Boy?
No, the Meshugi.
Meshuga? When are they coming to States? They coming I don't know. They don't tour in America very often. They're not very big. They're big, but they're not like, like they don't do a lot of I shouldn't talk out my ass. They just don't do a lot of international over here. At least I don't see them. I feel like I would know. I love that band so much. Anyways, back to this.
I meant Megumi, dude. I meant or what the fuck is his name?
It's not my fault you don't know names.
What the fuck is his name?
Megumi. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about.
When are they
coming?
This is the past. This is not about them. Okay.
All of that was for that joke, and I had to do all that, and then you started talking about some fucking band I don't give a shit about.
You said Meshugi.
No, and then you just think it's Meshugama.
Meshuga.
Oh, what is their name?
Meshuga.
Say it real quick.
Meshuga.
And
you said Meshugis.
Yeah, Meshugis.
So don't. And you know I'm a gent boy, dude. Like that's. All they do is just
wow, this is off the rails.
So this episode, the other thing was that that guy, that is my favorite character. So
in all of this story
in JJK as a whole, I am stoked. So
I would have thought that one bug dude
Oh,
in
the
a culling game.
well, let's not talk about that yet. So,
Yeah, my bad, dog.
so
yeah.
you can
I'll do
sense that shit. So, yeah. So I would probably give this episode. I mean, it was gorgeous. Like a 9. Same.
I'm a 10. I like it.
I think Zombie 100 was literally the most exceptional with its intro.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll give it 9.5. That's fair because Zom
Yeah.
was on its own
It
level.
was and maybe that's because our expectations weren't high for it.
Well, mine kind of were, and it blew my fucking mind.
Oh, well, I had negative expectations. I thought it was gonna be shit. To be honest,
So
I'm
happy.
was like-
I'm very excited.
I was like,
see-
I hope this doesn't get super duper horny. And then it didn't.
It didn't. You're right. It didn't.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't. I hope it stays good.
I feel like we didn't address that there was like a workplace sexual harassment, and we
Yeah.
probably should have. But just as a whole, we're not for that. We don't endorse that, and that's pretty messed up. It did happen in that anime, so that's all.
We don't stand that. We're not for that, and that's messed up.
I didn't want to just pass
Okay.
over it as if like we were like whatever, you know.
We didn't want to talk about it until right at
just
the
wanted to be
end where
serious about that.
everyone's not listening anyway.
Yeah, I love y'all.
I love you guys.
Yep.
We don't support it.
We are going to anime of the week. I think for me is Zom 100.
Zom 100.
I think I'm still more excited for Bleach in the long run, but Zom 100 was a very good first foot forward. Like very, very good. Very impressed. Good soundtrack too.
Yeah.
All right. We need to go stream, which means that you guys need to go watch us stream every Tuesday, 8:30. Jumping on right now. We're working through Dead Space Remake on PC. A lot of fun on Twitch. So show up there. Please otherwise follow, rate, subscribe on your listening platform of choice. And check out our microsodes every Friday.
Yeah, we love you.
Analog horror, internet creepypastas, occult crimes, all the fun stuff.
Spooky shit.
So join us there too. All right.
You're the best of us.